What is happening, YouTube? How y'all doing? My name is Joe. Welcome back. I'm back after a short vacation. Had some good sales on eBay, so we're going to go over those. We got a bunch of questions and comments to cover as well. So join, hang out, make sure you subscribe because we're all raw and unedited around here. We like to hang out and have a good time and talk about eBay and just help share some of the stuff that I got up in here and drop some nuggets along the way, help you all out. But anyway, if you haven't been around before, my name is Joe, just your average Joe, hanging out in the garage. Again, this is how we do around here. Hopefully, your sales are going well. Mine were steady while my store was on time away mode or vacation mode, however you want to call it. So the store did steady while I was on vacation for the last, 3 days or so. I left Friday, got back late yesterday afternoon. So I just took the store off of vacation mode. I actually had it on vacation mode through tomorrow, just in case we stayed an extra day. But so I went ahead and took it off vacation mode. My plan is to probably cancel the marketing promo and the sales discount later on today once I get upstairs on my other computer and start doing some other things today. But my plan, I think, is to end both of those and then relaunch them. Typically, I see a good spike or I see a super slowdown after I come off of time away mode. So I figure we'll try that. I don't think I've never really done that before, but I figured let's do it. Why not? So I'm going to cancel both of those and then relaunch them and kind of see how traffic goes from there. So anyway, that's just what I'm doing. We'll try it out. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, kind of jump starts the store again because typically when you come off of time away mode, it's still pretty slow. So we'll go over comments and then we'll touch on sales. I had 13 sales for, I don't know, just over $1,000, I believe, for between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And now, so three and a half ish, 3-ish days. Technically, late Thursday at midnight is when I started the time away mode. So we're technically talking since Thursday afternoon when I did my last video. So Thursday afternoon, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll consider this Friday afternoon or Monday afternoon now at this point. So, or no, wait, today's Tuesday. So Monday. So yeah, 4 days basically. 4 days, just over $1,000, about $200 a day. Not terrible. Like 250 a day is the average there. So it isn't terrible. It hits my goal. If you haven't hung out before, my goal is 200 a day or 1,400 for the week. I just deposited like 1323, so we're just shy of goal. My deposits are on Tuesdays, so I just hit a deposit, and like I said, it was 1323. So not too bad for last week. So considering the store was on vacation mode for, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So, and then anything that sells on Monday technically goes to the next payout. So that stuff really ends on Sunday. So to give you a kind of a good reflection of how things work. But Tuesdays are my payouts, and then it starts fresh on whatever sales on Monday. I'll see next week on the next payout. But anyway, that's nor here nor there. Let's start with comments. So G Nestor. I think, is this the first time you commented? I can't remember if it's the first time you commented, but G Nestor, appreciate you commenting and hanging out. He says, Joe, have a nice vacation. What would happen? Oh, you have commented before because you asked about the other stuff. What would happen if USPS deliver pickup? What would happen if the post office deliver pickup a package with the UPS label by accident? So, G Nestor, I do remember you asked a couple of those questions before. So on this one, I've actually had that happen. The post office actually has UPS come through, and they actually will hand them off to UPS. In some cases, I know in my case with my post office, what I did is I called. I know the postmaster by first name. We talk. Anytime I have a problem, I call up and I talk to the postmaster Fred in my local post office, and Fred's a good guy. They know me very well because they see my stuff come through every single day. They see stuff come through from me, whether it be my memorabilia boxes for my football helmets or whether it be eBay stuff. Anyway, they know me by address, that's for sure around there. But anyway, so I called Fred and I was like, "Hey, Fred, your mail lady," because this is one of our fill-in mail ladies. My regular mail lady knows the difference, but the fill-in mail lady ended up taking all my packages one day, including my UPS packages. Now the UPS packages, he told me, well, we have UPS come through. I'll just make sure they'll take those from us basically. So, that's how it should work, I'd imagine. I don't know if there's any caveats to that. If I know my labels were the dual labels where it's the UPS label handoff to USPS. If you guys aren't familiar with those are like the dual labels. So you can get those through like stamps.com is where I do my stuff through, is stamps. That normally happens with my memorabilia stuff because you can't do that on eBay. Cannot do that on eBay. But through stamps.com, if you have an account with stamps, you get a discount just like you do on eBay. You get the shipping discounts. I use that for my sports memorabilia business. And so on that side, through stamps.com, you get the option to do that dual label handoff. And so it's a UPS label, but it also has, so it delivers to the local post office wherever it's going. And then from there, the post office delivers it to, the address. So it actually has two addresses on there. It has the address for the local post office in that area, and then to where it's going to be handed off. And then it has the address of who it's going to actually be delivered to. So those labels are the labels I had on those packages. And I told Fred, I was like, hey, I got the dual labels on those. So he was like, oh, well, those will go. We have UPS come through, so we'll give them to UPS, no problem. So I was like, cool. So I don't know if that's normal, whether you have a regular UPS label, whether that will still be handed off to UPS. I'd imagine that they'll do the same thing. If it was their mistake, they'll just end up giving it to UPS and going through the process with UPS. Maybe, again, if anybody wants to chime in that's had this happen, maybe those specific UPS only labels, maybe they end up giving them back to you, I don't know, the next day or something when they come through their route, when the post office comes back through their route, whether they give you that UPS package back and say, hey, our apologies, we didn't mean to pick it up. I don't think that's the case. I think every post office has that. They work hand in hand with UPS. So UPS is stopping by the post office daily, from what I understand. So my assumption would be in every, no matter what label you're using with the post office, if it's a UPS label, they're still going to hand it over to UPS. But again, that's just from my experience that I can give you there. So hopefully that helps out a little bit. All right, let's comment and say replied on newest video like we always do. Replied on newest video. All right, so let's keep this party rolling. Next one up is Pensacola Flipper. Pensacola Flipper. I was just down in Florida. There you go. How about that? August on average has been, so we were down in the Tampa area, by the way, Pensacola Flipper. So we were in the Tampa area. I just came back from a little mini vacation / surprise birthday party for one of our good friends, family friends. Anyway, August on average has been slow for me, the worst month of the year. Let's go September. I mean, it's been steady here. I mean, it's not been great. It's been steady. Been hitting pretty well my goal, which I'm not going to complain about because a month or so ago that wasn't the case. But anyway, even 2 months ago that wasn't the case. But sales promotion and sales discount, or marketing promotion and sales discount, I highly recommend those two. Work them hand in hand. Definitely will help sales. So if you haven't tried that on your slow month, try that. So for the rest of August, maybe try to do yourself a marketing promo and sales discount. Take a little bit of a loss per unit, but ultimately still get some cash flowing and get some profits. So, but anyway, Pensacola Flipper, appreciate you hanging out. I'm assuming you've been doing this a while based on your name. So again, thank you for hanging. Hopefully you've subscribed. And if there's anything you want to drop and, or comments, questions, rebuttals, add on to anything that I've put out there, certainly do that. Or anything that I've talked about, certainly do so. I like the comments. Country Cabbage. I think this is the first time you've commented. Country Cabbage, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for commenting. Let's also reply to your comments and that we replied on the newest video. I'm also in North Carolina. What part of the state are you in? If you don't mind me asking, I'm in Raleigh. Just came from Raleigh. My last vacation about 3 weeks ago was in Jordan Lake. We could usually go to Jordan Lake right before the hurricane. Actually, we were at Jordan Lake for 12 days. So I'm actually in Fayetteville area. I'm in the Fayetteville area, Vietnam. Anyway, so I'm in Raleigh. Even more reasons to keep watching you. And who knows, maybe I'll run into you at a yard sale or something. Congrats on 500 subs and keep up the good work. Well, I appreciate that, Country Cabbage. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for subscribing. Yes, 500 is amazing. I didn't think we would get here, but we're here. And so the next step is 1,000 now. So, but thank you so much. I do pick in Raleigh every now and again if we're up there. So for example, when I was up there for the weekend, while we were up there for 12 days. So we were there from like Thursday, was it Tuesday through like the following Friday. So we went through a weekend while I was there. I actually went picking Saturday. So you never know. Maybe one Saturday when I'm up there, you'll see me. Occasionally I'll go up and do marketplace deals. And if I do that, then I typically will go up on a Saturday to do the pickups for Marketplace, because a lot of times you can get things at a pretty good value up there. So even here too, but I mean Raleigh sometimes has some really good deals. So I'll actually make the trip, but I'll try to do multiple Marketplace transactions, and then the same trip try to make it a Saturday so I can actually pick while I'm up there too. So yeah, you never know. You might run into me. It's not too often I'm up there, but occasionally I am up your way. Um, Sam Wadsworth. Sam, yes, sir. Keep up the good work. Sam, appreciate you. Thank you for replying. Thank you, sir. Sam, there you go. I just commented and hearted. There you go. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate you hanging out once again. Winston Wolf says, you're a stand-up guy for going to a birthday party like 500 miles away. Yeah, well, it was her 30. It was a good family of ours, friends from high school, college, even in our early adulthood. The husband joined the Army like at 29, and so he ended up retiring in Florida. He did like 7 or 8 years, and then ended up getting out disability, 100% disabled, and ended up going retiring in Florida. Anyway, saying all that to say, they're really good friends of ours, and it was her 40th birthday. So we had to show face. It was totally a surprise. She opened the door. She was like about fell out. She was like, "Oh my gosh!" It was a good time. So, but yes, thank you, man. Thank you again, Winston. Thank you for hanging, man. Peacock Joe, yeah, man. We got a game today. Actually, I got a game, softball game. We're the Peacocks. If you haven't been with us before, we're the Peacocks. There's a neighborhood that's right near mine, like within 6 minutes or so. Huge neighborhood, and they have wild peacocks floating around. So I joined their softball team, and they're the Westgate Peacocks because they have a bunch of peacocks floating around the neighborhood. Wild peacocks. Somebody must have brought them in or let them go. I don't really know. In fact, somebody just posted. It was funny. Somebody just posted a picture of somebody's car in the neighborhood that had the two of the peacocks were on top of their car. Probably not the greatest thing for your paint, but it's just funny. Anyway. So Winston Wolf, appreciate you once again. Erie Trader 76. I think this is the first time you've commented as well. Thank you, Erie Trader. I'm assuming Lake Erie possibly, but anyway, or the Lake Erie area. Let's see. Hey Joe, just wanted to chime in and say I love the videos. Been watching and subscribed for a while now, and the longer the videos, the better. Really? Well, that's that. Hey, I like that because I talk a bit. So, that's awesome. I watch and listen while driving the semi truck. And as a new reseller, as of first week of June, I got a lot of your content. You're one of my favorites to watch. F1. Well, thank you. I appreciate that as well. That makes me feel great. I hopefully I've dropped a couple nuggets along the way, and that's helped you out a little bit. So hopefully that's what this is all about, is dropping some nuggets to you guys to pick up along the way and help you guys out along your journey, especially folks that are new with this. I don't know how well I can help out the old heads. I think I can even help out the old heads because everybody does things a little bit different, right? So, but especially you new folks. So hopefully you're doing well with jumping into reselling. FYI, having a store on eBay is a game changer for the added features you get. Have a great time in Florida. Thank you, Erie Trader. It is. You get a lot of was it like, I don't know, 1,000 listings free or something like that. So if your store is over 200, I think you get 200 free or something like that. But anything over 200, if you have more than that, that's the biggest reason I use it, because I don't want to pay for every listing. And then as my things relist every month, because I put them up for 30 days and then they auto relist, I don't want to be charged every time I'm putting something up once you hit your max. So yes, and then you get the little logo for having a store. You get to set up your store and do things. I don't really do a ton with my store. But you can add the logos and things like that. So I don't really know even all the other stuff you do with the store. I think you get a bit of a break on some of the fees and stuff, possibly, I think. But either way, yes, having a store is definitely the way to go if you're doing more than 200 items, I would say, for sure. Especially if you're over 300 items, absolutely. Justin, and if you have any questions, drop them. I'll be glad to go into them and talk about them. I think if you've been watching a while, I go in a little bit. I can talk. Justin says, thanks for sharing. Congrats on the 500 subscribers. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate your support, hanging out. Been here quite a while hanging out with us, Justin. So thank you, sir. Fartsack Jack says 495. Oh, dang. Oh, dingbat. Yeah. Okay. My bad. I wasn't, sometimes I don't put two and two together, man. So thank you, sir. Why not? So why not just up your handling a couple days? So Fart Sack Jack, if you up your handling time, then you lose the 10% bonus for doing next day ship. You still, from my understanding, I guess I could research it to confirm it. But from what if you just set up your time away mode, is just like you're here. So I would still get the 10% discount on final value fees. So not to say that, and that's not a ton of money, obviously, but 10% of your final value fees, every penny counts when you're not giving it to eBay, and you can keep it in your account, right? So if I increased my shipping days or my handling time, then I would lose that 10% additional discount because you have to be a top rated seller, and then your item has to be shipped next day to qualify for the 10% um, off final value fees. So I want to keep that. So that's why I don't change the handling time. And I think honestly, if I was to go in and change the handling time on everything, that would be that would probably take me a lot longer than just simply setting up a time away mode, because time away mode is just click, 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 time, date, done, done. I think handling time, I'd have to go through all of my items. Now you can do a bulk, but I still I don't know. Maybe it's all pretty relative as far as how much time it takes. I don't know, because you can do a bulk and do it all at once, I believe. And then on the back end have to do the same thing, where time away mode just automatically updates whenever you set it. You can kind of set it and forget it. Now in my case, I had to go in. I didn't have to, but I went in and removed it today. But it was set to remove tomorrow by itself. So all you have to do is set it, and it'll remove whenever you have it set to remove, and you're done. You don't have to go back and remember to change it back and all that kind of stuff. So that's, again, that's why I do it. So because all my stuff is next day delivery or next day shipping. So Kurt says, yo, average Joe, big congrats on the 500 subscribers. You the man. Well, you the man for hanging out. Thank you again, Kurt, for your support as well. That's a big milestone. It is. You hit any dingers? I went 1 for 3. I went 1 for 3. So not I should have been 2 for 3, but the dude's like 9 feet tall, so he caught a line drive. If it was me, I wouldn't have been able to get it. But he's like 9 feet tall, so that extra 2-3 feet, man, makes a difference. So technically, yeah. So really should have been 2 for 3 if he was an average guy on first base, because I normally hit to the left because I'm a lefty. So, but he was like 9 feet tall. So anyway, his wingspan, he's like 12 feet. Anyways, I miss playing softball. I need to get back in the beer league. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time, that's for sure. Looking forward to short pickups. Looking forward to the short for the pickup. Safe travels. Thank you, Kurt. Well, I didn't even go out. We were there such a short time, and we had so many plans starting pretty early. Like we went to the beach Saturday morning, left about 10, and so everybody got up at like 9. So I was like, well, if we're all getting up early, I'm probably not going to go out and source anything then. Let me make sure my mail lady's not coming through. That's not her. Okay, good. So I didn't source. I almost did a couple marketplace pickups, but again, Saturday we hung out and did a bunch of stuff. We went out to the beach, then we came back and everybody got showered. Then we went out to dinner. Then Sunday was the birthday party, so we were off and running, getting things for the birthday party, and then it was the party, and so I really didn't have time. And then Monday we left first thing yesterday morning, so just didn't have a chance. I almost went out, like I said, and got a couple items. But I ended up not. So I almost did like 2 or 3 marketplace pickups. I was dibble dabbling, but then I didn't. So no shorts, no nothing, no pickups, nothing. In fact, I hate marketplace sometimes. I'll just say that. Maybe I'll do clickbait on this topic. So this morning I go on marketplace and I see a lady's got a PS2 with a bunch of games, some PS1 games. One of them was Spider-Man, which is like a $30 game, $20-$30 game, and then one of them was Clock Tower 3, which is like a $80 game. And she wanted 140 for the whole lot. And there was a bunch of other games there, just nothing big. Like Crash was like 10 or 12 bucks, and Crash Bandicoot and some other games were like in the $10 to $15 range. But it was a good deal for 100. She wanted 160. I sent her a message, said, "Would you take 140?" And she said yes. She said, "Meet me at this storage facility. I'm this is where I'm at with the stuff." And then she had a game, a Dreamcast, the black Dreamcast Sport Edition, just the system only, untested, doesn't know if it works. She wanted 60 for that. So I was like, "Would you go 180 for everything?" She said yes. So I was like, "Okay, good deal. I can probably flip it to 350 or so, something like that, somewhere anywhere." Anyway, I'd make decent little penny there, little room there for margins, pretty good. Especially because I have controllers and hookups and all that for the Dreamcast, and she also put untested for the PlayStation, but my little Q-tip thing. That's usually the only thing that's wrong with it is the fact that it won't read discs. So you just use the Q-tip with the isopropyl alcohol. If anybody's tried that, please let me know. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, isopropyl alcohol, 99% or 93% on a Q-tip on a lens that's not reading discs. Clean that bad boy, buff it out with the other side of the Q-tip that's not doesn't have the alcohol on it. Buff it out with the dry side, and then test it again. So far, I'm 2 for 2. So I'd like to know if anybody else has tried that and what they're batting on that. However, so I figured, chances are I can get it working if it doesn't read discs. And worst case, I can change out the like I used to do, change out the lens, which is like $25. Anyway, and I get usually like 120 or so for a bundled PS2 Slim system, 100 to 120, and then all the other stuff like for the Dreamcast would have got probably about $140-ish on the Dreamcast, even with no games on it, no games with it. Anyway, I get there and she's like, "Oh, I sold the Clock Tower game to somebody for $60." I'm like, "Well, that's kind of shitty." I didn't say nothing to her. I was like, "Oh, I understand that. That's a good game. That's one I would have probably kept myself. I already have it. I'd have sold it, but I would, okay, I understand." Now, then she updated the listing on Marketplace. So I thought that was kind of shitty. I just took it with a grain of salt and was like, okay, well, I'll just pass on. I was kind of disgusted and mad, so I just passed on the rest of the deal. I was just like, well, that's fine. I'll just pass, and I went home. I'll keep my $180 for yard sailing on Saturday, and I saw she updated the listing to $100 for the PlayStation bundle. She offered it to me at the place for $120 still, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. That's too much." I was like, "No thanks." But between y'all, it was just too much. Even with the games and stuff, I was disgusted. But anyway, and then she didn't have the Dreamcast with her. The Dreamcast was at home still, and I was like, "Really?" Like I thought we were getting both. I thought this was the whole deal we agreed on. These two systems, everything in the pictures, 180, and then I get there and it just totally flipped the script. Doesn't happen all the time. In fact, it's pretty rare for those kind of things to happen, at least from my experience. But that kind of turned me off this morning, so I figured I'd share that. That was my morning run this morning to try to get a couple items for a pretty good deal, and then it ended up flipping the script. So Marketplace can be sometimes. Anyway, let's keep rolling. We got a few more comments to touch on, then we'll go over sales. Donald 476 says, "Hey Joe, first time posting here. I enjoy the unedited videos. Lots of knowledge and great ideas getting passed along. Keep on keeping on." A little Joe Dirt pun, there, huh? Like it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, Donald. Thank you for commenting. Hopefully you've subscribed. If you have questions about anything, throw them out there, man. I like going over stuff. I like diving into different things and dropping nuggets along the way. So if you watched before, you kind of know that's how I do, because I don't usually have topics to go over when I jump on here. I naturally ping pong off y'all's comments, and hopefully, now there are times I do have something going on, just like the Marketplace deal that I'll touch on that happened to me and give you my experience, but I don't normally have anything set like I got to touch on. I want to talk about. It's just kind of natural flow, and we just kind of hang out. So appreciate you once again, Donald. Thank you for commenting and hanging out. Stefan Harris says, "This guy's fucking editing. This guy said, fuck this video. Fuck editing this video. I'm done. I'm doing this shit. One take. Hate it or love it. I'm sure he hates editing. Probably makes him sweat like crazy." Well, yeah, that's how we do around here, Stefan. Like it or not. You can hang out or not. That's up to you. But no editing. And the reason I don't do editing is because it takes hours on the back end to do editing. Fuck that. I got another business I got to run. I got kids. I got lots. In fact, I technically have two other businesses. Sometimes I dive in and help my wife do stuff from time to time at our thrift store. Not too often, but I've got another business that occupies a lot of my time as well. I can't, as much as I would love to edit and make things jazzy and pop and cool and make cool thumbnails and add stuff to the video and show the listings on the video and have like boom, bam, pop up on screen and all that. Hopefully I'm just your cup of tea. And if I'm not, keep it moving. You know what I mean? YouTube is a large platform that has many different types of people on it and different types of folks and different skill levels. This is how we do around here. So yes, you're absolutely right. Fuck editing. Hate it or love it. Obviously, we got enough people that love it and keep subscribing. So, It is what it is. It's just easier for me and my lifestyle and what we do and how I do and stuff like that. So hopefully you like it. If not, oh well, keep it moving. All right, so let's go. Next one, Pibazor. Pibazor. I think I got that right. You did try to pronounce it there for me, so I think I got it right. Thank you for getting back to me. I appreciate it. I'll look into the groups. It's pronounced Pibazor. Pibazor. It was a gaming game when I was a kid. Probably like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It sounds like something out of Power Rangers. Am I right there? Did I nail it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, Pibazor sounds like something from Power Rangers. I just got by Sam now. I just go by Sam now. Well, Sam, Pibazor, I'll try to remember Sam, but I probably won't. But Pibazor, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Thank you for hanging. I'm glad I could help with, where I source and where I find the yard sales and that kind of stuff. Yardsale.net, don't forget about that one. That's a good one too. Depending in your area, I noticed when I was in Florida, a lot more people. Well, it's also a lot more saturated, so there's a lot more people using it there. So when I was in Florida, there was a lot more options there in yardsale.net. Here in the Fayetteville area where I'm at, I might see like two or a handful. I'll see a handful every weekend, not many. So it just that's going to be more based on your area. From my experience when it comes to yardsale.net, but I always would use that as your secondary after your marketplace and your groups on Facebook. Then jump over to yardsale.net is another good place to check for yard sales and stuff like that. I would imagine if you're in a very rural area, yardsale.net probably doesn't work well for you at all, because I've noticed the more people in your area and the more dense your area is with population, the more you're going to have, which just makes sense, obviously. So rural would probably be tough on there. But anyway, last comment, and then we'll jump into sales. DK says, well, DK, welcome. Thank you for commenting, DK. DK says, I only buy free shipping because if I ever need to request a refund, then shipping is not taken into account. Well, DK, if you're dealing with somebody that has any sense, like myself, and it's not your problem that was why you're returning it, then I refund your shipping. As a seller, would also be refunding your shipping if it was something on me. Now, if it's something on you, I would actually, and if it was free shipping, regardless, I'm going to take something out of your return, out of your cost. So, like if you bought something from me for $25 free shipping, and you return it because it was something on you, trust and believe I'm going to take out like $8 off your refund and only refund you like 18 or 17 bucks, because if it ain't on me, that ain't right. You should be paying for shipping back if it was something that you created or you just didn't like it or whatever the case is. Now, again, that's just how I operate. And I will let the buyer know right off the bat, hey, you're returning it because you didn't like it. Well, that's fine. No problem. I'll send you a refund less the shipping cost. Like I eat the shipping on the return, but I'm going to make you eat the shipping on the refund. Because that's not fair to me. You know what I mean? I'm just your everyday Joe, and most people that are in my seat feel the same way. Now, if it's something that I created, that I messed up on, that I didn't do, that broke in transit, that's I'll fall back on me, unfortunately, because I'm the seller. But those cases, I'm going to refund you in full. So shipping, the shipping part, the free shipping part, that shouldn't, in my opinion, that shouldn't be your logic on why you buy free shipping. Because again, unless you just don't like the item and decide to send it back for some dumb reason that's nothing to do with me and how I presented the item, you just had a change of heart, well, then that should be on you to eat that. And then really, anyway, I'm gonna go into that, but that's just my 2 cents. That's just how I feel. So anyway, but thank you again for hanging out, subscribing, and commenting. So that is all the comments. Let me refresh, make sure my mail lady's not here. Nope, I think we're good. All right. So I went ahead and pulled all the orders. I just figured to make it a little bit quicker for us as well. So we did have a total of, again, this is from Thursday at midnight, because that's when I did that last video, was Thursday at midnight, before I put the store on time away mode and before I went on vacation. I did the last packing and shipping and last items at that time. So technically this is from Thursday at midnight through right now, right here, right now, which is what, Thursday. Technically it's all day Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all day Mondays. And then right now we're into 11 o'clock on Tuesday. So 4.5 days. 13 items for $1,017.75. So not too bad. Let's go over these sales, show off what we sold real quick. First thing that sold was a PS1 modded PS1. I'm not going to pull it out, but there's all the games there. It came with like 13 games, one of them being Parasite Eve. If you know anything about Parasite Eve, you know that's a pretty high dollar game. But it is a burnt copy, modded PS1. It's in beautiful condition too. I'm not going to pull it out and all that kind of stuff, but it comes with 2 controllers, all the hookups, and like 13 games. A couple good games: Apocalypse, Metal Gear Solid, Parasite Eve, and a couple other good games that are decent valued as well. But so I ended up selling that for $170. In my experience, when you have a modded system with some pretty good games with it, the last one I sold like this was a Dreamcast that was modded with a bunch of like really good like Power Stone and Power Stone 2, which if you all know, those are pretty high value games. I think I sold that one for like 250 or 275 or something like that for that system, and that one had like 9 games or something, but they were high dollar games. But it was modded. They were burnt copies and things like that. But in my experience, that goes pretty well. You have to be you have to play the word game a little bit with those because you're technically not supposed to sell that kind of stuff on eBay. But if you word play it a little bit, it goes through and you're fine. I've never had any problems. But 170 plus shipping on that one. Next thing that sold, this is my last Atomic Purple N64 controller. Great joystick on it. $15 plus shipping. Should go for more, but unfortunately, that's just it is what it is. Next thing that sold was I think if you guys watched that video, I did the pickup, and I think this is on the opening credits of it. But anyway, this is that World of Warcraft Collector's Edition. It is missing some items in it. Sold for $60 plus shipping. Next thing that sold was Soul Calibur. Soul Calibur sold for $10. Free shipping. Soul Calibur. There you go. On Xbox One. Controllers, whenever I do marketplace deals, I've told you guys this before, I always try to find deals that have a bunch of like at least 2, 3, maybe 4 controllers, because the controllers a lot of times will sell for $25. You clean them up really good. You get all the grime into the cracks and crevices and the little sweat juice, hand juice in between the cracks and stuff like that. You make it look nice, right? If you need to replace the joysticks because they're all tore up and look nasty, just open this thing up and replace the joysticks. It's not that hard. But anyway, not the actual joystick, the stick pad, the joystick pad. Test it, make sure you get no drift on it. These things sell for $25 all day long. So $25 plus shipping. And then that goes into like, if you buy a system for $100, a PS4 for $100, $120 that has games with it, and it's got 3 controllers, right off the bat, I know I can sell 2 of the controllers for $25 a piece. So now I'm in for $120. Well, I can sell those for $50. So now my end cost is like $70. Then I got like 6 games with it that sell for, I don't know, $10 on average after fees and stuff, $5 give or take. So you got 5 games in there. That's another $25. My end cost now is, $45. And I can turn around and sell it for $140. So that's why it's that I do, that's just how my math and how my mind operates whenever I'm picking up and looking for bundles. I'm looking for other things I can sell with it. Like, for example, I had that PlayStation pickup, remember, that had I didn't. This hasn't sold yet, but it had the PS3 with the Sony rechargeable thing, and these little clip things are big dollar. So this is by itself was 70. This will sell eventually for $70. It's got the power cord with it, obviously. But I picked up the whole thing. It was a PS3, like 320 gig. It had like, I don't know, 10 or 12 games with it. It has some decent games. And then I didn't even realize this went for so much. And I'm like, look this up. It's $70 by itself. So now I'm like way in the green. You know what I mean? So sometimes those extra peripherals that come with the system can help you make up the difference. So that way, you're still, when you sell the system, you're getting good, you're getting the good value out of that deal. So anyway, next thing that sold was a hat, UNC Tar Heels women's hat, pretty nice condition, almost new looking actually. Sold for $9.50 plus shipping. Pair of jeans, brand new Levi's 559 jeans with the tag, sold for $17 plus shipping. Let's see. Blue Dragon on Xbox sold for $11 plus shipping. 11 plus shipping on Blue Dragon. No, wait, 11 free shipping. Sorry, 11 free shipping. Blue Dragon. Next thing that sold was Battle Clash. It is just the game, I believe. The box is in immaculate condition. I mean, immaculate. I don't want to. mess up the game at all or mess up the box. It is actually complete with the manual. But anyway, so Battle Clash complete with the manual in amazing condition. It's a low end game, but it is complete in amazing condition. Sold for $16 plus shipping. The next one up was WWF Legends on Xbox 360. Sold for $12, free shipping on that. This controller, which is the Rose Gold, sold for $30 plus shipping, 30 plus shipping on that one. So the special edition or the more rare controllers sell for more than the 25. This one actually sells for about 30, 35. Probably could have bumped it up to 35, but anyway. If you ever come across the special edition, or I think it's the 50th anniversary, 20th anniversary, or I forget what it is, but it's a special edition gray PS4 controller. They sell for like $60, $70. But anyway, $30 plus shipping. And then the last thing that sold, which is the big sale, this came through last night. I woke up this morning, I was like, hey, I like it. An OLED Switch with all the case. It's got the extra. I always throw in a new memory card with it. So case, memory card, Joy-Con controllers, Joy-Con dock, power, all of it in amazing condition. So for $272 plus shipping. $272 plus shipping. I think I picked that up for like $175, I want to say, and that came with games too. So it was maybe $200 with games. So not a bad turnaround. I haven't sold the games yet. I've been holding on to all the Switch games. I probably should get them up because I think Switch stuff's going to end up coming down once they announce the new the new one. But that's it. That's 13 sales for $1,017.75. So there you go. There's that. We're at 36 minutes. Not too bad. Pretty good on time for a video, for a Monday video or Tuesday video. Not being around for 4 days, covering all the comments, covering all the sales. Now, granted, the store was on time away mode, so I'd imagine we would have had some more sales if that wasn't the case. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I dropped a nugget or two for you for your journey. If you have any questions or comments, rebuttals, additions, anything you want to comment, I'm open and love it. Even the trolls, if you want to troll. Sounds like what's his name was trolling me a little bit, but that's okay. I don't mind doing. I like doing raw, unedited videos. It gives you the real me. So, anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday. We'll see y'all tomorrow, assuming we have sales. The store's back from vacation mode now, so I don't know how many sales we're going to get between now and tomorrow. Once I remove the marketing promo, and remove the sales discount and relaunch those, I would anticipate getting a bump and getting some traffic again. So I'm gonna do that sometime later on this afternoon. But I got a lot happening today. I got a lot going on today, and then I have a softball game tonight. So we'll see how things go. But my plan is to get that done. I don't think I'm gonna get anything up on eBay today. I'll probably start doing that again tomorrow and get stuff up on eBay again tomorrow. But I at least want to cancel what's here, these two the discount marketing promo, and then relaunch them and see how that does. And then, like I said, tomorrow I'll probably get back on getting stuff up on eBay. I try to do like a handful of things. I don't give myself a number. I know some people are like 5 items, 10 items, 20 items, 30 items, whatever it is. I try to just list some stuff on eBay every day. Some days I do 20. Some days I do 3. Some days I do none. And then more days I do none. And then other days I do 30. And then some days I do none again. And then some days I do 10 or 5. So I don't have a set number that I hammer out and I make sure I get to every day. It's based on my lifestyle, what's happening for the day, what's happening with my other business, what's happening with the kids. Now the kids are going back to school, so I'll be listing more because they won't be around to bother me throughout the day. so I'll be able to list more and do more stuff in the morning. Am I doing marketplace deals that morning? Do I have multiple marketplace deals? Do I have a doctor's appointment? Do I have whatever? Do I have to take my kid to practice? Do I have to take my kid to gymnastics? So, lifestyle, things that are happening. Did my parents come over to visit and throw me off for an hour? Did, whatever. Did I have a big item to pack that threw me off for the day or threw me off for a while? Or, it's just so many different things that happen throughout the day that I don't try to keep myself with a set number. I just try to consistently list, whether it's a few a day, sometimes none a day, sometimes a ton a day. Whatever that number ends up being, it ends up being. So, but as long as you keep that wheel turning, that's the main thing. Don't stop listing for a period of time, because then that will start affect your store, and you'll see that effect. The more you list can obviously help that cash flow in that as well. So, I know I've been on both sides of it. I just try to do it based on what's happening for the day, the life, what's happening. Anyway, I'm rambling now, but y'all get the idea. So enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, everybody.